Okay, we just have a few more equations to go through before we set you loose on working out everything in big circuits. So, little recap from year 11, which is, you might need this again this year, is power is the work done per unit time, or the energy per unit time, and it's measured in watts. So, for instance, a microwave has a power rating of 800 watts. What that means is it will convert, if it's 100% efficient, 800 joules of electrical energy into heat energy each second. Okay. However, we have another equation for power that works with just electrical circuits, which is power is equal to the current times the voltage. Okay, so power is equal to current times voltage, current in amps, voltage in volts. Okay, and that will give us a power also in watts. Now, rearranging then our first equation, okay, so we've got power equals work done divided by time. Therefore, work done, or energy, is equal to power times time. That's just multiplying both sides by T. But what we know is from our equation for electrical power, P is equal to IV. So if we take this and sub it in for the P in our equation, we get that the work done is equal to IV times T. We can rearrange those letters any way we want. So usually the way I'd remember that would be, you probably don't watch it now, that everybody watches Netflix, but Channel 3 used to be called ITV. So work done is ITV, but really by that we mean the electrical energy transferred. So sometimes it'll just be written as E, is equal to ITV. Okay, so you might need to use any of these three equations really in your exam. So let's look at an example where we apply them. So this question says, given that a microwave has a power of 800 watts, and you can see there's so many equations that deal with electricity, it really is useful to write out the information that it gives you, because that will allow you to select the correct equation more easily. So power is 800 watts, voltage is 230 volts, that's just the mains voltage that you get out of a plug socket in your house, and we're trying to find the current. So we're trying to find the equation that links all those things together. It is P equals IV. Put in your values, 800 equals 230. I divide both sides then by I, and if we type that into our calculator, it gives us that the current is 3.48, and it's current, so it's measured in amps. So the amount of energy then used to heat a microwavable burger that takes 70 seconds to cook. Okay, so our power is still 800 watts. We know V is 230 volts. We now know I is 3.48 amps, and we know the time is 70 seconds. Now, I could use power equals work done divided by time like we would have last year, and worked out this question using just that value, and whoops, that value, and then we just find W, and that's a valid way of doing things. But as we're trying to learn the equations that deal with solely electricity, let's use E equals ITV. So the electrical energy is equal to I, 3.48 times the time, 70 times the voltage, 230. Type that all into our calculator, and it gives us 56,028, and it is energy, so it is joules. Okay. So try the questions after this, and that's us wrapped up a big chunk of the electricity unit.